Hello Cruising World, Mick the Suit Guy with you. It's Saturday, that means it's time for a video about what today? We're gonna do some parking videos for Port Canaveral. So what I did is I've got video of 2 external parking lots, and then I've got a couple of videos of parking at the port at Terminal 5, which is where the non-Mardi Gras ships typically go from, and then parking at Terminal 3, which is where Mardi Gras goes from. And then I've got a quick video of inside each terminal, because I'll get into a lot of trouble when I try and take videos inside the terminal. I have been shouted at more times than I care to mention, including one time in Baltimore. I was trying to get some video of the sniffer dogs, and this guy caught me. I thought I was going to get arrested. It was pretty bad. So brief videos of inside the embarkation areas, but mainly this is for parking. 2 off-site places, 2 on-site places. Clearly the difference is the off-sites are cheaper than the on-sites. I will tell you this, I much prefer the on-site. It's easy enough doing the off-site ones, but you know, they don't typically, what they'll do is, and I'll explain this in the video as I show you the footage, but with the off-site ones, and this is the same in Miami, Port Canaveral, all over, they don't typically start taking you to the ship until about 10:30. Because what they do is from 7 to 10, 10:30, they're bringing people from the ship to pick up their cars. Now, at one of the places I'm going to show you, you actually line up outside in a long line, and then when it hits 10 o'clock, whatever time it is, they open the door and you drive in, because by that time, most of the people that were there the week before have driven out, right? So, you know, it's a flow thing. At the second one, they do let you park early, but the shuttles are still not going to start until about 10:30. They're constantly bringing people from the ship to bring the cars up. They're not picking up and taking back until 10:30. When you go to the port, again, they don't always open early. The Mardi Gras one was open early. When I went to the other terminal, Terminal 5, it was on the Freedom, and they wouldn't let us in until like 10 o'clock because they were trying to get everybody out, because that parking structure is a bit smaller. So it will all depend. Anyway, it'll become clear when you watch this video of the in and out. The 2 places that I got in Port Canaveral, I got it written down here: Park and Cruise and Park Port Canaveral are the 2 places that I've got on video for you. So, you know, if you're looking to find parking there, hopefully this is helpful. All right, let's have a look at Park and Cruise in Port Canaveral. This is about 2 miles before you get to the port. You go on the A1A road, which is the main road in. You can't miss it. This gate is closed right now, but this is the way you will go in. They do not open it for new customers, as it were, until 10:30. They spend the first couple of hours getting everybody off the ship and out of the lot. So when you arrive, you're going to do a U-turn just past here. You're going to come up and park on the opposite side of the street and just wait. And when they're ready, they'll start bringing you in the order you arrived. So try not to get there too early. There's not really anywhere to sit and wait. As you can see here, big sign, check-in begins at 10:30 a.m. and they do typically end about 2 p.m. Start shuttling people in. So if you're one of these people that wants to get on the ship really early, my advice would be maybe not go here. But if you're not fussed, this is a great place to go. It's nice and cheap, $9, $10 a day, I think is what it works out as. But I'm not going to quote, I don't like quoting prices because they change all the time. So go to the website, because that is the best way to keep up to date on prices. And I will put a link in the comments for this and the second one I'm going to show you. We're going to walk in through the exit because the entrance was closed. But the shuttle buses in the morning, they're going to come back in through this entrance. They keep the entrance closed because they don't want people trying to get in before it's time. So basically, when you come in, they'll direct you exactly where to go. They're going to tell you to come up to the near this little shedded area, as it were, up ahead. And they're going to give you a card based on what ship you are in. And then they're going to go valet park your car in an area where all of your ship cars will be together. So if you're on a Carnival cruise, all your cars should be parked in one spot. Norwegian, same thing. So you're going to park your cars all along here. And then you're going to, you've already checked in, you give them your keys. And then you go to this little shedded area here, as we're going to go into in a second. And then they're going to put you on the shuttles accordingly. As you'll see when we go around here, they are going to line you up. There's the check-in around here. And then they're going to line you up by ship. So they'll have signs up One line for Carnival, one line for Norwegian, one line for Royal, whatever they've got going towards the back of this area. And then when it's ready, the buses will all be there and they'll load you into each bus and they'll take you straight to your ship, which is nice. It doesn't mean like they're going to, you got 5 different people on each bus going to different cruise lines. You'll all be on the same bus per cruise line, which does save a lot of time. So a very smooth operation if you don't mind getting in a little bit after your earliest check-in time. A couple of quick pictures. That's where they got the check-in line, and there's all the cars lined up on the side of the street. There is a little indicator they give you, people getting out, people waiting to go in, and there is the line of buses waiting to pick you up. So here is where it is. The red marker indicates the spot, and you can see how close it is to the Port Canaveral terminals right there. And if you want exact directions, and these are on the website as well, which again, I'm going to post in the comments. This is how you would get there from the interstate. Like I said, it's on the main A1A. You really can't miss it. It's going to be on the left-hand side. Follow these directions. You'll find it easily. All right, now we're going to go to Port Canaveral. You may have just noticed there, they open at 10:30, but they do allow you to come in and park in advance and just wait. But the shuttles will not start until 10:30. So this is closer to the port than the other one. It's a very short drive from here, and it's a bit more open. So this is where you'll come. You'll come to this hut we're walking up to on the right, that white hut, and check in at your 10:30 spot. You could try and do it earlier, whether they'll allow you to or not, I am not sure. They may send you away, because up until 10:30, all they are doing is bringing people back to the lot from the port. So that is where you will check in. And then you'll see they have these big trucks with the trailers on the back for the luggage. So they're big and more spacious than the normal ones you see. So this is, to me, it will be a better one than the other one, which is a little more cramped. And I also believe they have certain ones go to certain ships. So if you're on the Mardi Gras, there'll be a Mardi Gras one. If you're on a different ship, there'll be a different ship one. So they aren't going all over the place. And as you can see, they're dropping people off, heading straight back, picking up and coming back. Again, that's the big thing to know. They will not pick you up until it is 10:30 in the morning, and you'll get in a line, I guess, and then just wait, first come, first served for these. But yeah, you saw the one just now. This is a much more open lot. And the fact that they let you come in and park and rest up if you're a bit early rather than wait outside, because it's a larger lot. And if you come out here and take a left, it's probably 5 to 10 minute drive to the port. So again, it's closer than the other one, and it's about the same price. So I think if I had a choice, they're both really good. There's Julie asking questions at the check-in. I probably would pick this one over the other one, but not a great deal of difference. They're both very smoothly run. The biggest issue for me is the 10:30 before you can get to the port, because I often get like a 10 o'clock arrival time, and I like to get on the ship early so I can go get some videos of cabins for you. So that's the only thing that puts me off. But yeah, so you can see that's the port. It was a beautiful day when we arrived. This was in December. So the calm before the storm, because this was about the only good day of weather we had the entire week. It was a disaster weather-wise after this. So there's your exit sign coming out. And again, you'll come out here, you'll take a left and another left, and you'll be at the port in no time. We actually came out here, took a left and a right, and went in a back way that we know. And that maybe if you did the GPS or you got an Uber, that would be the way they may take you. So there you go, Port Canaveral. There's the number. Book it in advance. Don't show up and expect there to be spaces, because these lots do often fill up. There you go. And that is where it is. There's your directions. You can look it up online as well, obviously, unless you want to freeze this and read it thoroughly. Most people aren't going to do that. But you'll see in relation to the port where it is. It's very close. Closest off-site parking to Port Canaveral. This is what it claims on their website. So you can see there a good bird's eye view of just how close it really is. Not that you could walk it. Now, this is Terminal 5, where I went to park before a cruise on the Freedom, and I decided to park at the terminal. So you would sit here. They made us sit here and wait. They said they were going to make us wait till 10:30, but at about 10, they came around and took the money and gave you the parking ticket there. And then it was about 10:15 or so, they actually started letting us go into the lot. And this is a very, very easy lot to go into. It's not nearly as big as the Mardi Gras one, but I've already gone in and parked. There's looking back at the main entrance and the drive around. So all you would do is you would just come in here and park your car. Like so. I parked myself right here, which was not the best place. I thought I was doing a good job, but I didn't. And then you just walk through that lot and you come out and you're at the terminal. So this is the actual terminal area. We're coming into right now. We just come out of the lot. So really simple process this. And when you get off the ship afterwards, you are on the road in 5 minutes. So it's, you know, much, much quicker. There's the ship. So if you don't mind the extra cost, this is definitely the way to go. But just looking around how it gets kind of busy at this port, and it's not nearly as nice as the Mardi Gras one, but this is where you would drive up to drop people off. I try and get some video inside, but I always get shouted at, like I said earlier. And there's your priority lines when you get into the port. And then when you get up to the top, this is looking back down at the security area because I'm never allowed to take video down there. The priority is up here. Diamond is in the white, whatever it's worth, and platinum in the red. But the red seats are more comfortable. These are white plastic ones. But this is where you will come. Priority up top. Everybody else will be down below. And then they'll let you on the ship at the right time. And now we're going to go ahead to Terminal 3, which is where Mardi Gras goes from. You can already see how much larger this is. And they let you in at any time on this one. There's no making you wait like they did at Terminal 5. So you just come in here. You just follow the signs for Terminal 3. And this is you'll see a lot of people milling around because the ship is just getting off. And we wanted to get here early, as always, to get some video. So here we are just coming into the port. Driving up now. And then this is where the pickup area is for everybody on the right. But if you want to go park, you would just keep going straight ahead of here and follow around to the left. And then the ramp will go up to the parking. Very smooth process again. Very similar to the Terminal 5. The only problem with Terminal 5 is you had to wait a little bit. So here we are going past everybody else parked. This is where you drop your luggage off before you go over to the port. Once I show you the video of us parked, I'll give you a quick scan of the actual terminal. But I do have a full video on my channel if you want to look it up of the terminal itself, because they built it especially for the Mardi Gras. It's pretty impressive. So we're just going to keep coming down here, around the corner, up the ramp. And then you actually pay in advance as you did at the other terminal. Much easier when you get out. You just go to this machine here, pay here, get your ticket for the week. I think it was, I want to say $140 for the week. I can't remember. And that's the in and out entrance. Cars coming in, cars leaving. And we found a spot real close. We drove around and got one right by the elevator. We were very lucky. So initially we parked where I'm about to show you. And then I walked to the elevator. I was like, hang on, there's a couple of spots here. So we moved the car. So once you park, you head down to the terminal. Here's the main entrance into Terminal 3. Like I said, I've got a full video on this on my channel elsewhere if you just do a search. So I'm just going to show you some brief pictures of this one right now. As you make your way in, right under this main entrance, you'll see them straight ahead. You can get a scooter from Scootaround. That's the #1 company that I typically see people get them from, Scootaround.com. If you need one, they are right there for the week. There'll be somebody at that kiosk there helping you, or that stand. And then you're going to come down here and you'll see the signs up for your arrival times. Make sure you go in at the correct arrival time. And then once you go in, you're going to walk up to the top. That's about it, really. There's Julie. She hates being on camera, so she's trying to avoid it. But we're just going to walk down here. You go up this escalator. Oh, there's some stairs as well. Right there. And then this is the main line on the next level to come in. Once again, there'll be another set of lines where your priority or what time your arrival time is and all that good stuff. Make sure you go into the right line and then you'll get in where I like to get shouted at. These are all your arrival appointment times. So I always have to turn my camera off when I walk in, but I do my best to get some little sneaky shots if I can, without getting in trouble. Yep, so this is where you'll go in. You'll go in here, you'll do all your passport checks and all that good stuff. And then once you are done with that, as I give you one last look at the parking lot, that's where we walked from to come into the terminal. Letting me in. We're about to lose you for a minute. That's the main entrance. Turn it off, quick, turn it off. There'll be some photographers, shocker, right when you come through. And then up ahead, I got shouted at about now to turn it off, so I had to stop in the shocking move. Always happens. I'm like, what harm am I doing here? Anyways, I guess I was. So shortly ahead of where I was where you could sit generally, and this is the priority area, the diamond, platinum, faster to the fun, and suites and all that good stuff waiting here to be called onto the ship. All right, there you go. There's some parking options at Port Canaveral before you cruise. Again, just the one thing to remember is there's pros and cons to everything. The parking at the port is more expensive. So much easier to get out after the cruise. You know, once you get back, you walk off, you get in the car, and you go. You know, sometimes the most difficult thing about parking in an off-site lot is that you're not the only one. And this is even worse in Miami. It's terrible in Miami because it's so much bigger. And you're all fighting to get on that shuttle bus, you know. Miami, again, in Miami, we don't even waste our time. We just get an Uber. We just pay the extra and get an Uber because it's just not worth it. But yeah, so that's the big negative. And it's going to cost you somewhere in the region of $6 a day more, I would guesstimate, to stay at the port as opposed to off the port, which, you know, 40, 50 bucks more for the week. Sometimes it's worth it. I know if I had the choice at Port Canaveral, next time I will always park at the port because I'm actually on my way home and I'm going to get home probably about an hour earlier when all's said and done. By the time you fight through everything, wait for the shuttle, get on the shuttle, get to the place, you know, maybe not an hour, but, you know, 30 to 45 minutes minimum is saving me by parking at the port. And after a week's cruising, you know, it's good. Although I will say this, I don't know if you've ever felt the same way. Put it in the comments if you do. Have you ever wondered when you're driving home after a cruise, I shouldn't be saying this, are you okay to drive? Like if you hit the Cheers package and you were up till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning on the last night of the cruise, and now it's like, what, 6 hours later and you're already driving home? Are you okay to drive? Oh, I shouldn't be saying that, should I? I've never felt bad. I just sometimes think I'm all right. Maybe they should breathalyze us when we leave the ship. I don't know. Oh, I could get myself into all sorts of trouble with saying things like this. I do not approve of drink driving in any way, shape or form whatsoever. Hate it. Not for any other reason that I don't care what happens to me. It's what I could do to somebody else. That's why I don't drink and drive. But it is a concern of mine sometimes. I'm sure I'm fine, but I could be borderline. Could be borderline. I don't know. Whew. Ooh, have you ever felt that way? Put it in the comments if you have. Pretty sure I'm good. Subscribe to this lovely little channel if you'd like to. Hit that little bell. You'll get notifications when these videos come out. I do one every Monday, a tips video. Every Thursday, I do a cabin video. And every Saturday, I do one like this. If you have any questions or you want to send me your tips and cruising traditions for my Monday videos, because I will use them, my email is coming up at the end of this. Please send me an email and you can do that. Other than that, I'll see you later, Cruising World. Any questions? Email me anytime. cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. I promise I'll reply as soon as possible. Want to book a cruise or any type of travel? We are travel agents. Check out our site, elitetravelconnection.com, or email me, Mick, at elitetravelconnection.com. We are here for you. Finally, subscribe, please. Pretty please. You know you want to. Go on. I won't beg you. Okay, I'm begging. Please. Subscribe. Thank you.